Welcome, Firebird artists. We are moving on to the most exciting part of our printmaking activity, fashioned after Andy Warhol by making repetitive prints. So you're not just going to make one print, but you'll make hopefully a couple, 3 maybe, and use different colors. So the first thing to do is the paper that I'm passing out, I need you to put your name, your teacher's name, and where you're sitting. So that is 3 things. Please do that on the back. So your name, your teacher's name, and where you're sitting goes on the back. So then turn it over. Okay, so I got that already ready, and I haven't even started coloring. So I'm using this plate, and I feel that it has nice ridges, so my image should turn out really well. So the first step is to add the color. We are going to be using Crayola or Rose Art markers if you've got those. We're using a water-based color because we're going to use water to activate and create our print. So if you have fancy markers that are alcohol-based, you would need to use rubbing alcohol to activate it, and I don't have that. So we need to use the good old Crayola markers or Rose Art markers or any marker that is considered water-based. So I'm going to turn my camera down and show you how I'm adding color to my plate. Again, here we go. So with these markers, and everybody, if you don't have your own, I will have some on your desk. You're going to just be laying in the color. So I'm going to lay in color all around. If you're using my markers, you're going to wipe them down when you're done. So I'll have wipes. And I'm kind of going fast so that you guys can see the process. It looks like it was supposed to be orange, but it doesn't look orange. And this red looks just like the orange. Okay, so I'm laying down color. Again, because we're working on styrofoam and not on paper, these are still wet. So if I worked on, let me just get you another sheet here. If I worked on paper and I put my hand on it, it's not going to have any color. However, the styrofoam is still wet and you'll have color on your fingers. So there's another class coming in the hallway. They're a little loud. Okay. Guys are a little loud out there. Okay, so I'm laying down color. Wherever you don't add color, it will be white. So I already did blue. I should have grabbed more colors. Let me try yellow. Okay, so I'm going to do my brush handle. You can even use these skinny markers. So if you have the skinny markers, you're welcome to use those. I'm going to turn around and grab more markers because I thought I did. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm adding more markers, colors, because I want a variety of colors. I'm going to do my whole palette brown. So again, you're laying in color. Wherever the lines are, that's going to be the white of your paper. So if you don't color something, it's going to just be white. So if I didn't color my palette, which is what is holding my colors, you would just see these splotches of colors. And you wouldn't see the container, the plate that it's on. Again, I'm going fast and scribbling. You, please take your time. These can turn out really nice. So again, remember the marker takes a little while to dry on styrofoam. So if you rubbed your hand across this, it's going to smear. So watch where your hands are taking you. I'm going to pretend this is a green bottle of paint. And just for speed, I'm just going to color it all on. This is the hole, so I'm going to leave that hole that way, and I'm going to just leave my background white for right now. So my plate is finished. The plate is finished color. I'm gonna leave the background white, but it's gonna be white when I print it, okay? Now, with your paper that already has your name on it, you're going to, everybody has a sponge, you're gonna get it wet. So, you're gonna go to the sink, turn the water on, and just get it wet. So, when you bring it back, when you're at the sink, squeeze it so that it doesn't drip everywhere, okay? Once you have your wet sponge, you want to get your paper wet before you turn your plate over. So you don't want it soaking wet, so this corner is way too wet, but I'm gonna go with it. So my whole paper has water on it. I'm gonna take my plate and I'm gonna turn it upside down and line it up. Now you might wanna stand up so that you can kind of see that you're right over your paper. Once you lay it down, you cannot pick it up. So once you lay your styrofoam down, you can't pick it back up because it already has started to work. It's already started to make its print. With your brayer, this is your brayer. Again, I'm gonna stand. I'm right-handed, so my right hand is moving the brayer. My left hand is holding down the styrofoam. If I wanna move my left hand, I'm gonna put my right hand down, move my left hand, and brayer. So whenever I'm moving my left hand, my right hand stops moving. So I'm pressing down really hard. I'm gonna take a look and see how it did. So my left hand is still holding down on the paper. I'm gonna pick it up and see. Oh, it looks really good. I still have a lot of blue on this little area and also in the middle, so I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit more down. So I'm gonna press down and see if I can get more of that color to transfer to the paper. All right. Once you think you're done, you're gonna pick up your plate, and you'll notice that I still have some blue, but for the most part, all of the color has been transferred from my styrofoam plate to my paper that was a little bit wet. Okay, so you wanna make sure your paper is a little bit wet. And this is a print, so you've gotten your first print. What you're going to do now is you're going to make another one, but you're going to rinse this first. So in the sink, I'm going to move what I will have in the sink. In the sink will be these containers of water. What you're going to do is you're just going to swish it, like 1, 2, 3 swishes. Get a paper towel and wipe it dry, okay? Now you're ready, so wipe it dry with a paper towel. This is going to be in the sink. Now you're ready to, once again, add different colors, okay? This time you might want to take time and add color to the background, okay? So play around with your color choices. And I think you'll really enjoy creating a print. So we want to do 2 or 3 prints. You can do probably up to 4. So tomorrow is our printmaking day where we're working with water-based markers, a sheet of paper that we will get wet. So you color your plate first, you get your paper wet that has your name on it, teacher's name, okay, get this wet. Don't get it wet first, get it wet only after this is full of color. Once your plate is full of color, you get your sponge wet, make sure it's not really wet so that it's dripping out of your hands. Scrape onto your paper so that it's moist. Flip your plate over. This is called a squeegee, and stand so that you're really getting pressure. You have to stand to get pressure and you'll make your image. So have fun with printmaking. I look forward to seeing all the different colors that you choose to use.